In the rugged expanse of northern Utah's winter basin, there exists a piece of land steeped in whispers and shadows. This wasn't your ordinary plot. It was a place where reality seemed to blur, where tales of the bizarre danced on the wind like leaves in an autumn storm. Locals spoke of it in hushed tones, calling it the Disneyland of the supernatural, a place where the mundane gave way to the inexplicable. Legend had it that within this desolate landscape, strange lights flickered in the night sky, and eerie figures roamed the hills. From cattle mutilations to encounters with poltergeists, the stories grew wilder with each telling. But amidst the cacophony of the paranormal, one name stood out: Skinwalker Ranch. Nestled on 480 acres of unforgiving terrain, the ranch held secrets whispered by generations. Its history was veiled in mystery, with tales stretching back to ancient times. The Utes, wary of its cursed reputation, dared not set foot upon its soil, for they feared the wrath of the Skinwalker, a malevolent spirit said to stalk those who dared trespass. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the land, the ranch seemed to come alive with whispers of the unknown. And so, the curious ventured forth, drawn by the promise of adventure and the thrill of uncovering secrets hidden within the heart of Skinwalker Ranch. Dr. Travis was a part of a special team called the UAP, UFO Task Force, which dealt with strange things like aliens and unidentified flying objects. He had a PhD in optical science and engineering, and he knew a lot about spaceships and rockets. He worked on all kinds of cool projects that pushed the limits of what technology could do. Dr. Travis also became famous because he appeared on TV shows where he talked about science stuff. He was really good at explaining complicated ideas in a way that anyone could understand, which made him popular with people who like science. One day, Dr. Travis and his team went to investigate a place called Skinwalker Ranch. They found something very strange there, an invisible force field. But this wasn't like any normal force field. It messed with their electronic gadgets and could even push things away. To figure out what was going on, they used special tools like high-tech sensors, detectors for electromagnetic fields, and cameras that could see heat. It was a real mystery, but Dr. Travis and his team were determined to solve it. Their early findings suggested that this force field might be made of some weird kind of energy. You see, Skinwalker Ranch is already famous for spooky stuff like UFOs and strange creatures that nobody can explain. Scientists and curious folks have been checking it out for a while. Travis, Eric, and Thomas teamed up with Aaron Blunt from Straight Shot Oilfield Services to tackle this mystery head-on. They were ready to drill and find out what was behind this force field. With all their gadgets and determination, they started drilling, hoping to unlock the secrets hidden beneath the surface. But here's where things got interesting. As they got closer to the source of the weirdness, they noticed something even stranger. The drill had this gadget on it, like a little beacon, sending out signals at 33 megahertz. A fancy machine was watching these signals closely. But then, the signals started acting up, going all over the place. It seemed like something out there was playing with the drill. And that's not all. As they were drilling, the drill faced resistance and started moving weirdly. It was like the anomaly was pushing back. The team kept an eye on the beacon's signals, and it seemed like there was something inside the area responding to the drill. In a surprising twist, they realized that when the drill touched the obstacle, the beacon's signals went crazy hot. It was like the drill and the obstacle were having a dynamic interaction. Aaron Blunt tried to push against it, and the signals got even stronger, creating a confusing pattern of communication. No matter how hard they tried, their drill couldn't get through that weird object. The force field was like a tough barrier, not budging even with all their power and various attempts to break through. Surprisingly, the drill bit itself came out of the struggle totally fine, without any scratches or damage. This discovery was a big deal. The team had to figure out what the heck was inside the mesa that could resist all their efforts. The ranch is also known as UFO Ranch. For over 50 years, this patch of land has been a hotbed of strange occurrences. But when the team ventured into the triangular area, they stumbled upon something just as peculiar as the invisible force field. Equipped with 8 thermal cameras, including 2 of the sharpest, the team aimed to capture even the slightest temperature changes. These new cameras boasted superior clarity, ensuring that any heat-emitting phenomena would be unmistakably detected. Their mission? To launch objects from the triangle, soaring over 100 feet high. Meanwhile, David, Mason, Eric, and their comrades would closely monitor the area with the specialized thermal cameras, ready to catch any subtle shifts in temperature imperceptible to the naked eye. Their plan initially pointed toward the south field for their experiment. However, depending on the happenings within the triangle, they remained flexible, prepared to adapt their strategy accordingly. Opting for a combination of a launcher and mortar, they divided tasks. One person would fire from one side, while another simultaneously launched from the opposite end. Timing was key, synchronizing the 1.6 GHz sweep to coincide with the rockets and mortar reaching the 31-foot mark in the air.